Hare Krishna. So,
Hare
welcome back
Krishna.
everyone. Hare Krishna. Welcome back everyone. So, today we'll be reading Krishna book, chapter 5 and 6. So, Thursday we read chapter 4 that Kamsa begins his persecutions, and then um, Friday was Janmashtami, so we missed one lesson. So, today we'll cover both the chapters of the meeting of Nand and Vasudeva, and chapter 5 is the killing of Putna. Okay, so we'll start lesson by Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. पहले चैप्टर 5 में समझ लेते हैं, द मीटिंग ऑफ नंद एंड वसुदेव. तो हमने चैप्टर 4 sorry, we'll start with chapter 5, the meeting of Nand and Vasudev. In chapter 4 we read that how Nand Maharaj took Krishna by the order of the supreme will only. He took Krishna to Gokula, and from there he brought a little girl back. And now after that, when he brought back the little girl, Kansa tried to kill her as he killed the other 6 sons of Devaki and Vasudev. But that girl turned out to be goddess Durga. And she told Kansa that you are a fool, number one, and you think you can you can nullify the order, the supreme order, and the supreme personality of God's order will not be fulfilled just because you can keep someone in prison. So this is a very good example of how the material opulence, the material success cannot help us to overpower the spiritual order, the supreme order of the supreme personality of Godhead. So now today we are reading chapter 5. It's a meeting of Nand and Vasudeva. So we'll, keeping the time in mind, we'll just read the first paragraph. Then I'll take you through the whole chapter. And as I requested, please, we can buy Srila Prabhupada's Krishna book. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And then you can go through the whole chapter. If you have any doubts, you can write in the chat box. You can comment, and we'll try to answer all your questions. Start from here. Mataji, will you read the first paragraph? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Although Krishna was the real son of Vasudeva and Devaki, because of Kansa's atrocious activities, Vasudeva could not enjoy the birth ceremony of his son. But Nand Maharaj, the foster father, celebrated the birth ceremony of Krishna very joyfully. The next day it was declared that a male child had been born to Yashoda. According to Vedic custom, Nanda Maharaj called for learned astrologers and brahmanas to perform the birth ceremony. After the birth of a child, the astrologers calculate the moment of the birth and make a horoscope of the child's future life.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So here, um, Srila Prabhupada comments that Krishna was the real son of Vasudeva and Devaki, but still Vasudeva could not celebrate his birth ceremony because he was in prison and then he was scared that Kansa should not know about the appearance of Krishna. So in the last chapter, we read that how Vasudeva, in his mind only, he donated lakhs of cows to Brahmanas. Then here in this chapter, we'll read how Nanda Maharaj celebrated. Nanda Maharaj was not in captivation. Nanda Maharaj was very happy, very jubilant that you cannot say that he knows that Krishna has come to his house because in Vrindavan, no one believes that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even if you go and tell them that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they'll say, he who, when there's lightning, when lightning struck, he who gets scared and comes to Yashoda Maya and then he'll say, I'll sit on your lap. And then he's who is scared of even small animals and he come running and looking for Yashoda Maya and you think he's God. Oh, he has killed many demons, but then maybe some he's protected by some demigods and gods, and then he's protected by Narayan. That's why he is every time able to come out of all the problems he is facing. So this way, but still the child is born and to Yashoda Maya. That's why Nand Maharaj is celebrating that ceremony in the Gokula. And then here a very important point which we must know is that before the ceremony we have to cleanse ourselves and decorate with ornaments and nice garments. So cleansing process is must. So how do we cleanse? So we cleanse our body by taking bath, right? And then the other process of cleansing has been mentioned here that sometimes when we earn money, it's not every time that money earned by people are not through the pious ways. So to get that money contamination free, what we have to do, we have to donate and give it in charity. Then after that, they are saying, so newborn child is also purified by gifts of grains in charity to the Brahmanas. And Srila Prabhupada again and again enforces this point that Brahmanas are not that who are just born in hierarchy, those who get the name Brahmana in hierarchy. Brahmanas are those who study Vedas, who are expert in Vedas, and then those Brahmanas are elevated to Vaishnava position when they perform loving devotional service towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we have different contaminated states. So I told you that how the possession of wealth can be purified, our speech can be purified. So how can our speech be purified? By chanting the holy names of the Lord. And then we cleanse our body by taking daily bath, and we cleanse our wealth, we purify our possession of wealth by distribution it in charity. And after that, we say that so chanting of mantras and songs. So we purify our tongue, our mind, and our soul. So the most important of all the purificatory processes is to purify our soul, to purify the contaminated state of this existence, and that can be done only by the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So here it's a full description how this that Vrindavana was decorated beautifully with flags, with it was sprinkled with different kind of scented water, and the whole streets, roads were full with flags, festoons, green leaves, flowers, and even the gates were made of green leaves and flowers. And all the cows, the point which we have to note here is the cows, bulls, and cows were speared with a mixture of oil and turmeric. So, how important was the protection of cow that time and to this time? Because that time, you see, if you read this line, so they dressed themselves with very costly garments and ornamented their bodies with different kind of earrings and necklaces and wore great turbans on their head. So here this point is to specify that those people didn't have any factories, didn't have any offices, didn't have any MNCs, but still, just by protecting cows and by doing their job as to farm the land and doing farming, they were all very opulent and very happy. You nowhere it's written, oh, they don't have anything, that's why they didn't come to this one, or they were lacking something, so they couldn't celebrate properly. No, as we read ahead, we'll see how these gopis who were dressed up nicely with expensive ornaments and everything, they were throwing butter and ghee at each other while celebrating. So they have opulent amount. They have enough amount so that they can eat, play, and then they can give to others also. So, and that is only by following the instructions of Krishna, because Krishna says we have to protect the Vaishyas community, have to protect the cows and have to do the farming. So, Krishi go rakshya vanijam swabhavajam Vaishyam. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that the Vaishya's nature is to protect the cows. And in the next chapter, we'll read why it is so much of necessity to protect the cows. Because cows, if protected and taken care well, in Yudhishthir Maharaj's time, the cows used to give so much milk that by milk only the land used to get purified. No need of water only. With the milk flowing from the cow, the land used to get purified. So that is the way to take care of cows, and ultimately the hunger of the world, the need of the stomach will be fulfilled. So, and the cow is such an important animal. It gives you milk for nutrition. Its urine, its cow dung is used for different medicines. And even in Ayurveda, it is said that the medicines, the natural medicines, are more effective than chemical medicines. And then on top of that, in Ayurveda, it is said that Krishna, the Lord, or Supreme Personality of Godhead, is his blessings are more important to save the life. You must have heard in the hospitals also, doctors ultimately say that, okay, now it's in God's hand. The best of the best of the best doctors also, some point in time, they'll say, I have done to the best of my ability. Next, it depends on the Lord. So everything, the whole world rests on the will of the Lord. So all these small, small things, the saving of somebody's life, being philanthropist, or being trying to do some putting factories, trying to do some kind of social service. All this, Bhagavatam says, is useless until and unless it is surrendered to Krishna. It is offered, it is served with loving devotional service to Krishna. So we should not go by whims and fancies that I feel this is good, that's why I am doing this. Or no, it's not like that. It is something that what is prescribed in scriptures, what our acharyas, our spiritual masters, our Srila Prabhupada has laid a very nice way. You know, Ravana in Ramayana, he wanted to make a staircase to the Swargloka so that all his Asuras friends can just climb to the Swargloka. They don't have to do any austerity, any sacrifices or any hardship. They don't have to face. They can just go to Swargloka like that. Here, but that was not successful because it was full of envy and it was full of pride that I can do it. So when we are full of pride, Krishna is not there. And now Srila Prabhupada, after thousands of years, Srila Prabhupada has actually laid a road of roses for us to reach not only Swargloka to Vaikuntha, and that too just by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here, after all this celebration was over, Nand Maharaj wanted to go and pay tax to Kansa because he was seeing that so many newborn kids were being lost because Putna was there. Putna was a witch who was hired by Kansa to kill all the newborn babies in the near vicinity because he knew that Goddess Durga told him that the one who is going to kill you has been born somewhere. So, with the association and advice from his asura demonic friends, he planned this thing, and the Nand Maharaj knew that all newborn babies are in danger. So he immediately wanted to go and finish this official work of signing letters and this that, and wanted to come back home like a newborn baby is in the house and father has to go to office to sign some papers and the boss says no, it's important, it's must, this deal has to be closed today only. Father just drives fast, run there and signs the deal, and back of his mind is only the welfare of his child, how he is doing, what he is doing, are they both okay. So similarly, Nand Maharaj wanted to finish off the office job, finish off the paying of the taxes and come back to Gokula. And there he met Vasudeva. And Shripad Madhvacharya says that Vasudev and Nand Maharaj were stepbrothers. So Vasudev Maharaj married a Vaishya girl. So and Nand Maharaj married a Vaishya girl Yashoda. So his family became a Vaishya family. And Nand Maharaj married Devki, who was a Kshatriya. So his progeny was a Kshatriya only. So when he met his brother, they both were exuberant. They were very happy. And then when they met, Nand Maharaj, because he was anxious, right? His two sons are in custody of Nand Maharaj. But the problem is Nand Maharaj knew Balramji is Vasudev's son, but he didn't know that Krishna is also Vasudev's son. So Vasudev Maharaj just asked that how is the environment, how is everyone? And then the most important question is, he asked, how are the cows of your Vrindavan? So here again, this point is notified that how important it is to take care of cows. Here, the cows are as important as the citizens. Just as the human citizen should be given all kinds of protection, so the cows should be given full protection. So when the cows are not put into difficulty, when they have been protected, then the economic and social and spiritual growth is guaranteed. So here we must understand that in this Kali Yuga, in this age of Kali, what we are doing, we are throwing cows outside the house and then we are putting other animals inside, making them wear hats, goggles, everything, and then we are thinking we are progressing. So this is the nature of the world, that by disapproving the facts given by the Shastras, we feel we are progressing. But actually, we are not progressing until and unless we follow the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are not progressing and we are not going anywhere. Only yesterday we discussed how there are 7 talas, Sutala, Rasatala, like that. There are 7 talas before we reach to exactly the Nark Loka. So we are just maintaining this body to go to those lokas. But actually the purpose of this body is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead and return back to Golok Vrindavan. And while Nand Maharaj was coming back, so Vasudev told him that be careful. There might be some dangers in Gokula, so you have to be very careful. So Nand Maharaj was thinking that because Vasudev is in Mathura, so he must be knowing some insight of what is happening there. That's why he has given me this information. So even more speedily, rapidly, he wanted to come back to Gokula. And here in Gokula, what happened after discussion with his demonic ministers, what Kamsa did, he went to a demoness named Putana, who was a witch. And here Srila Prabhupada explains that these witches are called Khechari. Khechari means they can fly in the sky. So, what uh, Kansa told him to do was to kill all the newborn babies within the past 10 days. So here we will just go through this paragraph. Mataji, Hare Krishna, would you like to read from here?
Hare Krishna. Krishna entered the county of Kokula, the residential quarter of Nand Maharaj, without permission. Dressing herself just like a beautiful woman, she entered the house of Mother Yashoda. She appeared very beautiful, with raised hips, nicely swollen breasts, earrings, and flowers in her hair. She looked specially beautiful on account of her thin waist. She was glancing at everyone with very attractive looks and smiling face. And all the residents of Vrindavan were captivated. The innocent cowherd woman thought she was the goddess of fortune, appearing in Vrindavan with lotus flower in her hand. It
Okay,
seemed to them.
Mataji. Stop here. Thank you. Thank you, please. Okay.
Hare
So
Krishna.
here, Hare Krishna. So here, what we understand by this is, so this is the potency of Yog Maya. So what Yog Maya does, it attracts us materially. Everything material around us, anything. See, if somebody is very beautiful, if someone is very powerful, or if someone is has so much of opulence, we just get attracted to that thing, right? We don't even think twice whether it's good for us or no. Good for us means it will help us in our loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. We just think, oh, we look at the momentary happiness. Oh, he is very powerful. He can help me in this thing. Oh, this she is very beautiful. And my eyes are enjoying looking at her. And then like this, so many things are there. Or some iPhone is very beautiful, so I want to buy it. This phone has 3 cameras. Now someone will come with 5, 6 cameras, so I want that also. So this way we want to satisfy our senses. And these paragraphs tell us till the time we try to satisfy our senses instead of Krishna's senses, till that time we'll get entangled in this beautiful cycle of life, birth, death, old age, and disease. And in this, it's very difficult to get out from this cycle. Only way to get rid of material contamination and this cycle is to control your senses. And here they are saying she appeared so beautiful with danglers, with beautiful sari, with beautiful appearance, and then she was holding a lotus flower in her hand. So everybody was captivated by her beauty, and nobody even stopped her. So similarly, when we see any material objects, we don't even try to stop our senses. Oh no, wait, is it okay for me to do this? Will it help me in Krishna consciousness? No, we just go with the flow. So this is what it teaches us. The killing of Putna, the pastimes of Krishna are not only that it's not only about okay, what we have heard since childhood, that Putna came, she poisoned her breast, she came in, she tried to give poison to Krishna, Krishna sucked her life out of her, and she fell down and she died. That's it. No, when we read through scriptures, when we try to learn through the eyes or through the mind of our spiritual masters, then we understand that there is much more to the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna. So here, Putna entered and nobody even thought of stopping her. And because she entered with a motherly look in her face, so everybody thought that she has come to give blessings to Putna. And now, here, a very beautiful pastime of baby Krishna is there, that Krishna, in whatever form he is, here he is in a form of a small baby. In Kurukshetra, he is as a Sarthi or as a chariot driver of Krishna, but chariot driver of Arjuna. But in whatever position, wherever Krishna is, he is always Supreme Personality of Godhead. That doesn't mean that he's in the form of a baby, so his powers have reduced, or he has become a chariot driver for Arjuna, or sometimes he's behaving as a friend of Arjuna, so that time his powers have reduced. No, in every position, any kind of form, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knows that with what intention Putna is coming. But still, Krishna didn't show that I know with what intention you are coming. What Krishna took from Putna, that he has come as a mother to feed. So we'll come to this point first. So when baby Krishna saw Putna, he closed his eyes. So first point is he wanted to avoid to see the face of Putna, because being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knew the real intention why Putna is there. Then different acharyas give different explanations. They say that he didn't wanted to even see her face because she has killed so many innocent children. Right? So many innocent children she has killed already. So he didn't want to see his face. So this is second. First, he wanted to avoid. Second, because he has killed so many innocent children. And then third one was, although Putna was pretending as a mother, she came as with full of motherly affection. That's why all other gopis, including Yashoda Maya, got bewildered. Oh, she has come to bless Krishna. That's why they allowed her in. But Krishna, residing in everyone's heart as super soul, maybe it's Putna, you, me, animal, and Brahmaji, anyone in everyone's heart, Krishna resides as a super soul. So he knew with what purpose she has come. So he was angry. And they say the eyes speak of our inner emotions. So Krishna didn't want to let her know that he is angry with her, and didn't want to frighten her so that she will run away from them. Because why Krishna has come? Krishna has come for paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. So we read in first chapter on the behest of Bhumi Devi, who came as a cow to Brahmaji and requested to help her get rid of all the demonic kings. And then Krishna promised that I'll come. So to reach to the demonic kings, he has to start from the first chair, first ladder. So first is the Putna. So he didn't want to frighten her so that she will run away. And then after that, it said then she came as a, you can say, not exactly mother. She came um, as a lady who will take care of Krishna. And then she is a lady. That's why. But Krishna has to kill her. As a nurse, she has come, and Krishna has to kill her because it was for Putna's good. Sometimes people say, oh, Krishna killed this, Krishna killed this. It was for good of Putna only, to stop her demonic activities. Because the more time she will stay on this earth, she will keep doing all the nonsense, and she will keep getting entangled in this life cycle of birth and death. Sometimes people say if we hurt others, they feel very happy. Okay, I have the superpower. I am so intelligent. I am so clever. And nowadays the trend is even the parents feel happy in telling that yes, my child is so smart. He outdid that person. But you see, smartness for momentary happiness is okay, but that smartness is going to cost you. If you're not fair, if you're not leading life properly according to Shastric injunctions, then that smartness is going to cost us only. How? by binding us to this cycle of birth and death. Because according to uh, um, our actions and according to our thought at the time of death only leads us to a different body in the next one. So here Krishna wanted to stop the all the nuisances of Putna. That's why he has to kill her. But she is a woman, and then she has come as a nurse to nurse Krishna, to feed Krishna. So that's why Krishna closed his eyes. And then when Putna, when very nice point Srila Prabhupada says here that when Putna saw Krishna, she understood that this baby is not a normal baby. This is something extraordinary who can annihilate the whole world. She understood who can annihilate the whole world, but because of her um, little intelligence, or you can say unintelligence, she thought that I have to kill him immediately. So what she did, she thought a snake to be a rope and took in her lap. So if somebody in material world also says, oh, I thought it's a rope, so I will use this snake for this, the snake will bite, right? So in illusion, or in if you don't understand, in your foolishness, if you think a snake to be a rope, it's not a rope. So similarly, Putna took Krishna in her lap, and Krishna started, as soon as she put her nipple in Krishna's mouth, Krishna sucked her life along with the milk out of her. And when we pretend we are very happy, we are beautiful, we show, oh wow, I'm your good friend. But as soon as you trouble someone else, that minute you will come to know that how true is that person, how nice is that person. Similarly, as soon as her life here was being sucked by Krishna, Putna changed into a demon. It's big teeth, big eyes, and she ran here and there and for life. And in that running, she went out of Gokula. And when she fell down, she lied dead. She was 12 kilometers away. So that is the real look of this material world, which shows us that when we are attracted to something, suppose we are attracted to phone for 2 minutes, but then the 2 minutes will be changed to 2 hours. In that 2 hours, you could have chanted 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but those 2 hours are now gone. So any amount of time that is wasted in sense gratification and towards material attractions cannot be brought back. It's wasted. So we have to use our time wisely to chant and serve the Lord. So, and as she died screaming, there was a tremendous vibration on the earth, on the sky, and people thought thunderbolts were falling. So, which people thought thunderbolts are falling? So, as I told you, that there are 7 lokas below the earth. They are Rasatala, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala. So, all the peoples in these lokas, they felt the thunderbolts, which was so big and huge. And when she fell down, so her eyes came out. So here, our acharyas beautifully describe that her eyes were like blind wells. First of all, they were blind, so they cannot see Krishna. Even if Krishna was in front of her, she could not see. Second, well is deep and dark. So our heart is full of darkness, of material attachments, of our hankerings for different things. So when these hankerings will stop by the continuous hearing and chanting of Mahamantra, then only the blindness of the eyes will slowly be decreased and we will be able to see the eternal bliss in serving the lotus feet of the Lord. So then the gopis came, picked Krishna in lap, and they purified him and performed auspicious rituals. How? They first bathed the baby by the cow urine, and then by the dust of the hooves of the cows, they sprinkled on the baby to purify him. So thousands of years back, also in the villages, people knew how to purify, and that's why cow protection is so important, because she, like a mother, she protects us from all the dangers. If we, in this modern world, sometimes people say, how can we keep cows? As it is, we are staying in 2 BHK, 3 BHK house, so there's no way we can protect cows. So we can help those who are protecting cows in Vrindavana. Many places people have cow sheds, they are feeding cows there. Even in Vrindavana, we have Bhakti Vedanta cow shed, and there are so many cows are there. They are being fed, taken care. So everything has a monetary structure. Everything has a economic use. So we can support them by our wealth, by our service, by going there, staying there, serving cows. And they say if you um, touch the cow and if you very nicely nurse the cow, then all the diseases will vanish. So much only our loving mother can do. So we have to protect. And here, by protecting Krishna or by purifying Krishna, although the Krishna is the most purified by touching, by only by glance at Krishna we get purified, by touching his lotus feet, people get purified. But for Vrindavan Vasis, the people of Vrindavan, Krishna is not God. Krishna is just protected from from an imminent danger. So he needs to be protected by all the different forms of from his incarnations only, Lord Keshava, Lord Narasimhadeva, Lord Chakradhara, Lord Haladhara, Lord Rishikesha, Narayana, Yogeshwara, and so on and so forth. So these are that's why Brahma Samhita Brahmaji says, Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Ananta Rupam. Ananta Rupam, unlimited forms he has. And the beautiful form is the Devi Krishna in Vrindavana, where nobody knows and nobody even want to agree to it that Krishna is God. So here Mother Yashoda chanted different names of Vishnu to protect child Krishna's different bodily parts. And then when the Putna's body was cut into pieces and burned, then the beautiful fragrance was coming out of it. Now you will be amazed. How is this possible? Putna was a demoness. She didn't even chanted Krishna's name in her whole life even once. So how could when her body is burned, the beautiful fragrance was there? Because her body was touched by Krishna. Only by the touch of Krishna, her body after burning was giving out a beautiful fragrance like that of Agni. So, what about the devotees who keep on hearing, like you are taking out time right now, listening? Some people have joined us from US also, maybe it's too late for them, but still they are taking out time and they are putting in effort to hear about Krishna. So, when you are endeavoring so much, why will not that merciful grants of Krishna be on you? And you will be protected from all the material contaminations. And by staying in this material world, you will be elevated to the Golok Dham, the spiritual Dham of Krishna, where Krishna resides eternally. And we can also reside there eternally, serving lovingly with heart. So here, after burning of Putna, Nand Maharaj came home and immediately took up the child on his lap and began to smell his head like a loving father. In this way, he was quite satisfied that his little child was saved from this great calamity. So Srila Shukdev Goswami has given a blessing to all persons who hear the narration of the killing of Putna by Krishna. And Srila Shukdev Goswami says they will surely attain the favor of Govinda. So here we can learn that Putna, being a demoness, just by the touch of Krishna, although her intentions were bad, that's why Bhagavatam says, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udharati. Even if you have some material desires or you don't have any desires or you desire for liberation, you must serve the lotus. Yajeta Purusham Param. Must serve the lotus feet of the Lord. So when we serve Krishna lovingly like this, so when Krishna can liberate a demoness like Putna, because our scriptures say that Putna got the same motherly position as Mother Yashoda in Vaikuntha. She became a nurse to Krishna, a nurse to help Yashoda Maya to serve Krishna. So when Putna can get that service, so if you take out time, if you try to serve Krishna, why will you not be elevated to that Golok Dham. So we have to understand that we have to serve the Lord. We have to understand, we have to follow the instructions, and we should not go by whims and fancies, accumulating too much of wealth, accumulating too much of opulence, accumulating too much of name and fame, and not serving and not purifying it by chanting the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, by not offering and obeisances to Krishna. All this is useless. Shemam na vindanti mad vina mad arpanam. Krishna say in Bhagavatam. Sukhdev Goswami tells us that any kind of knowledge, any kind of opulence, any kind of chanting of verses you do without offering it to Krishna, it's all useless. So if we want to come out of this life cycle of birth, old age, death, disease, then we have to chant lovingly. We have to follow the instructions of Guru. We have to follow the path laid for us so painstakingly by Srila Prabhupada. So read the book, understand, read again. Today is a very good day of Ekadashi. Follow the rules of how to do the vrat upvas for Ekadashi. Don't take grains, you can drink milk, you can eat fruits, and most of the time you can spend in reading, chanting, and hearing about Krishna. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna ki jai. All glories to assemble devotees of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.